closing, I'd like to thank former Governor Cuomo for coming here today to testify. I have to say I'm disappointed that before today's hearing even began, you chose to basically flout the rules of this committee and only provided your opening statement just before the start of this proceeding rather than the 24 hours in advance as required and as every other witness has done. Today's hearing was held to learn about New York's COVID-19 pandemic response and its nursing home policies for the betterment of the future, for the betterment of the country. This whole committee has been dedicated to say what did we do right, what did we do wrong, how can we be more prepared for the next time. But it seems that you instead prepared for a trial. This isn't a trial. And declined to participate in discussion of what happened and how we could do better. That's been my goal. And you can see that through all the previous hearings that we've had. You chose to provide 300 pages basically of excuses just before you walked in the door and blame the former president for your policy failures. I have not mentioned political party one time through this entire time with this committee, not one time. We've talked about actions taken, but we haven't mentioned political party. It appears there's to be no soul searching from you, Governor. I'm sorry. No self-critique of what could have been done better and improved upon. Just doubling down, blaming others. I said in my opening statement that there's things that I thought that didn't ring true. I've admitted to them. It's about looking at those things and how we can get better. But if your testimony is to be believed, we might have to just suspend reality. It would require the governor of New York not to be responsible for his own state's health department, and for the fault to lie instead with the former president for policies implemented by the governor and contrary to federal guidance, the president released. It's a stunning story. I'm more concerned about what I heard today. This hearing was an opportunity to learn about our COVID-19 response and how we can improve future responses. I want you to understand that. That is our goal. There's no convictions here. This is about trying to be better in the future so that some of the people sitting right here today who lost loved ones in the nursing homes don't have to experience that again. That's what we're after. What was presented this afternoon was biased information and statements from a governor who refused to admit he ever did anything wrong, especially as it relates to the COVID response. Honesty, clarity, and truth make all the difference. This is an opportunity to admit to the mistakes that we may have made, to make sure they don't happen again. You're not on trial here today. I thought the virus would dissipate in the summer. Why? Because most coronaviruses do. They dissipate, especially in the warmer weather. Experts said that may happen. Afterwards, I said, well, we were wrong. We admitted we were wrong. That's how it's supposed to work. But see, former governor, the buck is supposed to stop with you in your state, and I'm deeply skeptical of the abdication of responsibility onto others that we have witnessed, not only here, but publicly. No threats and no intimidation tactics will change the facts. We lost a lot of people in this country. It's not time to play politics. Your Department of Health released guidance on March 25th, 2020, that nursing homes must comply, that no resident shall be denied readmission or admission, and that nursing homes are prohibited from requiring residents to be tested prior to admission. You had people tested. You had people tested that were in a safe environment. You could have isolated yourself to make sure you don't get COVID. But instead, you made the most vulnerable people in America our elderly, take that risk that you yourself would not take to make sure that you got tested. You knew about all the directives. You chose to leave it in place, even after becoming aware of its existence. And it was only after pressure mounted and public scrutiny increased that you realized you needed to change course and cover your tracks. Much too late. The facts were in. Other people understood it, recognized it, made changes. You even admitted that the directive was only rescinded in response to public criticism and public relations. Wow. Wow. So you come up with the July 6th report, you changed how you counted nursing home deaths, you made a deliberate decision to exclude certain nursing home-related COVID-19 deaths from mortality rates, and you worked on getting your story straight, literally. The responsibility was always somebody else's. When you're governor, when you become a celebrity because of your advice on this matter, it becomes your responsibility. You were, after all, the love gov. Mr. Cuomo's spokesperson basically claimed that our select report was cherry-picking testimony and conclusions not supported by evidence or reality. We've released all the transcripts, word for word. We're letting Americans see the facts. I can't say we're getting all the facts out of the New York government. We're letting Americans see the facts as we've gathered them, and no matter how much you and your team attempt to obfuscate and demean, it does not change the tragic reality of what happened in New York. We shouldn't need subpoenas to obtain information that already belongs to the public. I want to take a moment to apologize to the friends and family of the victims. Your loved ones will be remembered. And I'm sorry for what they've endured, especially if it was preventable. You're brave for continuing to fight. New Yorkers and America deserve better.